Hello everybody and welcome to a train simulator video. Today we shall be driving a class 156 Sprinter from Leicester to Nottingham. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to turn off the pause menu. Then we are going to press T to open the doors. And the box has just come up saying, "Good afternoon driver, please press T to open the doors," which is what we've already done. Prepare the cab for departure at 16:30. Some services are heavily delayed due to the weather, and we may find ourselves held up as a result. So we shall acknowledge that. In fact, it's already cleared off for us. So we need to press Shift and W to insert the master key. Put the train into gear. Acknowledge the automatic warning system. I for instrument lights. Shift and H for the daytime headlights. J for the marker lights. K to turn off the tail lights. Y to turn off the driver reminder appliance. If we just go out and swing a camera around, so our lights are set up correctly, what we now need to do is press and hold F8 to display Lincoln on the destination blind. There we go. So we've got Lincoln all set up. And what we also need to do, I think we need to turn on the lights for the passengers. So if I just click that switch. There we go, turn the lights on. And then we can set up the GSMR. So our head code is 2 Lima 77. And if I just duck out, and we need to go to the signal at the end of our platform, which is currently on the red aspect, and the number is 419. Confirm that. And that is the train ready for departure. Just turn the wipers on as well so we can see where we're going. Scenario we are playing comes with the Just Trains Derby, Nottingham, Leicester route, which is available on its own, but it can also be purchased as an extension for the Derby to Sheffield route. I am running the extension version, and the class 156 we are driving is from Armstrong Powerhouse. I've done a review of this particular DLC pack. So so I will leave a link to that at the end of the video on the end screen, so you can check that out if you haven't already done so. Just going to shut the power off because I'm not too sure if that signal has changed yet. I think it's still displaying a red. Yeah, we've still got a red aspect, so I'll need to come to a stop in a few moments' time. I have played through this scenario a couple of times before. We're not waiting here very long, we just need to wait for a meridian to cross in front of us before we can proceed any further. So we'll pull up about here, put the DRA on. It comes at Meridian now. So as soon as that enters the platform, we should get the road. So we now have the road now. And we've got a 15 miles per hour speed restriction. We can now do 25. We can now accelerate up to 50 miles per hour. And just before the next signal, we've got a further increase to 65 miles per hour. So if I just bring up the F1 brief, we are calling it Siston, Sileby, Barrow upon Soar, Loughborough, East Midlands Parkway, Attenborough, Beeston and Nottingham. So we're about 3 miles away from Siston. And this scenario is quite challenging because not only does our train have the potential to slip and slide due to the weather conditions, but we're also calling at a lot of stations which have very short platforms, some of them only being long enough to accommodate just 2 carriages. So we're going to have to get the brakes on reasonably early for a few stops. Probably aim to enter the platforms at probably no faster than at least 20 odd miles an hour. Just put the train into notch 3 just to ease off the power as we approach the limit. Just going to drop us down into notch 2. Just going to shut the power off now. Going to start thinking about slowing down for cistern. So step 1 first. And into step 2. Just easing off the brakes a bit. And here we are at cistern. So it only has one platform. Got a small residential area around the station. Like the nice little bit of detail around the station as well, including like this little bike that's just been left outside. Okay, so our next station stop is at Sileby, which is only about a couple of miles away. Speed limit is currently 50 miles per hour, but it is due to revert back to 65 in a moment or so. Just going to ease up the power. I'm going to reapply it, just so that we keep within the speed limit. Just closing off the power now. I'm going to start slowing down for sail B. Just gone into step 2 now. And here we are at sail B. Again, another residential area there. Got a nice big car park down there. Platform accessed by ramps on either side. So our next stop is at Barrow upon Soar. Just about a couple of miles away. Just going to start slowing down for the next stop now. And here we are at Barrow-upon-Soar. Station is reached by stairs from the road above. Like the brickwork detail on there. We've got the ticket machine up at the top of the stairs. There's some grip. There's a grip bin underneath the stairs there. So our next station stop is at Loughborough, which is about 2 miles away. Currently hit all the stations on time. Just going to start cutting the power now. We're going to start slowing down for this upcoming 50 miles per hour speed restriction. Just had advance warning for an upcoming 40 miles per hour speed restriction, which comes into effect just before Loughborough. The platform at Loughborough is slightly longer than the other ones we've stopped at so far. So here we are at Loughborough. Our next stop is at East Midlands Parkway, which is about 7 miles away. Speed limit is currently 40. It's due to increase to 75 after the next signal. Just going to ease off the power a bit. Just past the class 158 there. Got about 4 miles to go to East Midlands Parkway now. Just going to start easing off power now as we reach 75 miles per hour. Just received advance warning of an upcoming 50 mph speed restriction. Having said that, we are going to be stopping at East Midlands Parkway anyway. We've just got a message saying that we're going to be held at East Midlands Parkway for 1 Delta 48 to pass. So we stopped at the station for a few minutes. Just slowing down for it now. Like Loughborough, the Solar platforms at East Midlands Parkway are shorter than the mainline platforms. And we'll stop the train about here, and we shall turn off we'll put it into neutral and turn on the DRA. And here we are at East Midlands Parkway. So we've got an HST on the other platform there. Got 43049 at the London end. That's operating the 1645 Nottingham to St Pancras International Service. One of my first videos of this particular route, I did a run from Sheffield to Leicester in an HST. So I'll leave a link. Excuse me. So I'll leave a link to that in the end screen as well. You also go through some of the first impressions of the route as well. For some reason the HST's just stopped. It's interesting, it's got a green signal. Must be a train sim quirk. It's very strange that. One thing I've also found very strange at East Midlands Parkway is this particular signal. I'm not too sure whether that should be sunk in the ground like that. So if anybody who has been to East Midlands Parkway, you can tell us in the comment section if you want, if that signal should be in the ground like that. Either that or it's another train sim quirk. Because I have seen instances in the route builder where
some objects appear at just oh, actually the HST's just reversed back into the station there. It's a bit. Oh no, it's the one on the other side. No, but I have seen I think I've seen instances in the route builder where the signals aren't sunk in the ground, but when they're actually in the game, they have. So yeah, it's an interesting signal, that one. So that's HST that's just pulled in there is 1D48, and that's the one that's overtaking us. So as soon as that has left the station, we'll be able to depart. Yeah, I'm really not too sure if that signal should be stuck in the ground. Our doors will be closing in a minute. In fact, we'll get this HST pulling away here. And it's very strange, that London train just being stuck there. I know sometimes that does happen in the game. With AI, sometimes I'll just stop for no reason. So we'll dive back into our train now. We're just going to draw up to the signal. And the signal is now cleared to a single yellow. And I'm only going to accelerate up to 15 miles per hour because there is a 15 limit for the crossover as we change tracks. Now I'm going to put a bit of power on. Just got another single yellow. I'm going to slow down for a stop because the signal ahead will be displaying a red aspect. We've got a turbo star crossing in front of our path. No, that's a pancreas strain is still stuck there. I've just got to wait for this turbo star to clear our path. And then we should get a clear aspect. Okay, so we now have a clear aspect. So now we can proceed towards Attenborough, which is only about a couple of miles away now. Got a bit of wheel slip there. I'm now going to shut the power off now and get ready to slow down for Attenborough. Got another short platform to contend with. And here we are, Attenborough. I've neglected to mention that our particular 156 has a coupler bag on it, which prevents it from working in multiple with another unit. And it's also been one that's been modified for persons with reduced mobility to comply with new regulations. Hence why we've got the LED destination indication, different door alarm sounds. So we're about a mile away from Beeston, which is our final intermediate stop before Nottingham. I'm just going to start cutting power to the train now as we approach Beeston. Also going to start applying just a tad of braking. Here we are at Beeston. So there's a nice station building outside. There's a ticket machine under a rain cover there. Bit more luxurious than the one at Barrow upon Soar. Like the little wooden shelter there on platform 2 as well. Just take a quick screenshot there. Might use that in the video. And amazingly, we've stopped at all the stations on time, which is good. So I've only got Nottingham to go now, which isn't the timed instruction. So with a bit of luck, we should be able to complete the scenario successfully. I know it's probably a little bit late, but hope everyone has had a good time as they have been able to over the festive period. I know this year has been particularly difficult. In terms of the future of this channel, in terms of videos, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be more train sim videos for the foreseeable future, unfortunately, because with the current state of the world at the moment, I obviously can't go out and get any pictures of buses or trains on that, which, to be honest, I actually prefer doing. That doesn't mean to say I don't enjoy doing the train sim content. It's just I enjoy the aspect of getting out in the fresh air and interacting with people a little bit more. We were supposed to have a cruise booked for this year to go around the Mediterranean on P&O's Britannia, but I very much doubt that will be happening now, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Just going to slow down for the next signal, which could be displaying a danger aspect. I believe we are effectively chasing the yellows into Nottingham. We've got a red aspect. And it's just cleared to a single yellow. In practice, chasing the yellows isn't necessarily the best idea to do, especially in areas where signalling headways are very tight. Oh, we've just got a bit of wheel slide there. And luckily the signal's just cleared to a single yellow. No, that's okay. Thought we weren't going to stop for that signal there. wheel slip and wheel slide is all randomly generated. Certainly does adds to the challenge of driving a train. So we now should have a clear run into Nottingham platform 3. And I've just realised I'm speeding now. Well, nearly speeding. There we are. Wasn't really paying attention to that 25-mile-an-hour limit that was coming up. Now got a 15 miles per hour limit that we need to slow down for. Very strangely, we can actually see the moon, which is looking very ominous. So yeah, it'll probably be train sim and train sim world videos for the foreseeable future. I am hoping that hopefully maybe in the summer we might be able to get out and get some buses and trains sorted out. But it's just a case of seeing what happens at the moment. And that's just saying we may have had to tab a signal outside the station, but we haven't, so that's okay. Because sometimes the signalling in train sim can be a little bit buggy. So there are instances where signals should be clear when they're instead deciding to display a red aspect. But we'll just stop about here. And here we are at Nottingham. So I'll just wait for the instruction to clear. And there we are, scenario complete, so we'll just acknowledge that. And we've completed the scenario successfully. And again, incredibly, we didn't pick up any penalties as well, so that's quite good. So that was a very challenging scenario, and I would thoroughly recommend, but if you haven't already done so, picking up the Just Trains Midlands Main Line add-on. I will leave the relevant links in the description down below, and I'll also leave a link to Armstrong Powerhouse where you can purchase the Class 156 DLC if you haven't already done so. So apart from that though, hope you've enjoyed watching the video, and thank you very much for watching, and take care.